Hello everyone, welcome back to PSO episode 1 and 2. And last time we fought the dragon, and sorry about the extra bit because I said I was going to go fight the dragon again and show it off, but my footage got corrupt, so I had to cut it off early. You've seen that in the video. So let's go into the caves now. We talked to the principal. You have to talk to him after every boss to gain access to the next area. So this is the caves. For anyone who's played PSO2 only, will be like, oh my god, the caves in PSO2 look amazing. PSO episode 1 and 2's caves look like crap. It's true, they kinda do. But, I don't know. I grew up with PSO episode 1 and 2, so I love it. I enjoy it. Oh shit. I enjoy the caves. Personally, it's not my favorite level, but, I don't know. It's still a good level. It's just long. So this might be, most likely will be divided into at least 1 or 2 episodes, because it is ridiculously long. It is 3 parts. There's 3 areas, 4 if you want to count the boss. Like I said before, we're going to look for the switch in Cave 2. And then we're going to head next off to the caves. Is my second favorite level. Well, actually, my top 2 favorite levels. Top 2 favorite levels are the next level, and the level after that are my favorites out of all of them. So, like I said, I was hoping to grind a little more on the forest, but I only grew 1 extra level. The dragon almost grew me, so I'm going to grow to 7 here. You're ready to tackle... Yeah, level up. You're ready to tackle the caves at level 5 and onward, but I like to have a little head start, because the boss is going to wreck me if I get to him. If I were to fight him at this level, I'd get wrecked. I bet by the time I get to him, I'll be like level 9 or 10 maybe, and I'll probably still barely either get wrecked or barely manage to beat him. That's why I like to be like 12 and onward for that fight. So, sorry if I'm talking a little low. I hope it's alright, because I do hire the commentary audio in Camtasia, and I do lower the game audio a little bit. But, it's hard. I'm not really a loudspeaker. That's also a problem. A reason why I have a headset. Plus, I also don't have the money right now to buy a mic. And I plan on buying a more professional microphone once I can. I should look it up online and see how they are. But, you know, I'm trying to save up for a car and everything, so that's also a problem why I'm just using a headset mic. 'Cause it's easier for me. Oh god, you don't want to get hit by those mines. Those traps are deadly. Especially on ultimate mode. You can kill it with magic, if from a farther distance, but with boxes in the way, it's kind of a pain in the ass, and you're just wasting magic. Priest Mine minus? Okay, I want to explain. So, Priest Mine minus, it boosts my mine energy by 4. There's Priest Mine, there's a bunch of different things. There's attack ones, there's defense ones, stuff like that. But I found Priest Mine minus. There's Priest Mine base, which is better than Priest Mine minus. Then there's Priest Mine minus minus, which is even worse than minus. Then there's plus and plus plus. Plus and plus plus are what the ones you want. Mainly plus plus, but this would go into here. I'm not a big fan of that, but it also increases my TP, and I will be able to do more damage magic based, but I'm not going to use it because that's not what I am. Alright, I'm also going to be leveling my dex and mind evenly because there's a specific mag that I really want. So... yes. Plus, it also helps me use certain magic sooner. Alright. I'll forget about it for now, but I want to bring up the mag charts, which I'm linking in my videos for anyone who wants to play this again because of like nostalgia and everything. But I'm linking all the stuff in my videos, the mag feeding charts, the drop charts for episode 1 and 2, and you know, PSO Blue Burst, Eden server is the server I play on. I'm linking that. I'm linking the section ID calculator, the section ID guide, so you can see what each ID gives you, stuff like that. I want to try to scour every area, because there's like halfway point and then stuff like that. So we're going to head back over here. There's also specific rooms that have like 4 switches to open, and I'm offline single player, so I can do those. But if you're playing on Blue Burst and or like co-op with one other person, you wouldn't be able to do it because you need 3 other people. So in Blue Burst, if you were to play by yourself, like mainly I do, unless I would play with my friend or the clan I was part of before it died, we would be able to do it. But I don't normally play the levels like this in Blue Burst. I normally do Towards the Future runs or Respect of Tomorrow, which is like a boss rush, and that's how I leveled up so fast. This is offline because it's dead. The servers on the actual game is dead, so I can't do that. Otherwise, I would love to show you those. So I'm thinking about maybe making a whole new Eden server file account so I can show you that stuff. Because I would do it on my current account, but it's filled up with all the characters that I want for rare drops, and my main character is 193 or something like that. I don't think I don't want to do, plus there's also episode 4. I don't really want to do episode 4 normal through very hard with my 193 guy and just wreck everything. I want it to actually be a challenge, so I might do that. I also want to show off Towards the Future normal through ultimate. I want to show off all of that as well. So I'm most likely going to make a whole new account just for that. Ended up going the wrong way there. Sorry. I know there's a way to bring up your map normally. Like, it'll be in normal window, not through this, but I forgot how. Well, at least I don't know how to do it on GameCube. I don't know if I remember to do it on Xbox, but I know there's a way. You just bring up a little map. I know on Xbox it was like the Y button or something. It's been a while since I played the Xbox version. I actually would play that version, but my Xbox is put away, plus it's just another console to have out. And I actually have a new setup now. So, like, everything is... My Wii is no longer being a system that's just shafted every now and then in my closet. It's going to be permanently out. So, yeah, that's just another reason why I don't have my original Xbox. Plus, it's so old that the cable in the back hardly works. The game is so slow. It takes forever just to load up, and I don't know. Man, I'm talkative today. Holy shit. So these Pal Sharks. Oh, there's the, just like with the Boomas, this Gill Shark is the 3rd stage of that Pal Shark I just murdered. That green one is the 1st stage, and then there's red ones, which is the 2nd stage. So here we have a 4-hit switch doorway. Normally it just leads to items, or a small little room that leads to nothing. So let's see what this leads to. That's all that really does for you. It doesn't really lead to much. So we have a dark room. Where you gotta hit a switch to turn on the light. Normally it's what I like to run for first, so I can see what I'm getting attacked by. Evil sharks. Ow. Of course my accuracy is terrible. And I'm finding nothing but canes, but that's fine. What do you expect? It's the ID. Normally I'm a Skylie ID, but Skylie is different for... I think it's probably different for all the versions. I'm not sure if it's... Xbox and GameCube are the same, I'm not sure. But I know Dreamcast version is probably most likely different with the ID drops. And Blue Burst is different, definitely. Even the calculator on Blue Burst is like a different. If you go onto the calculator, the PSO World site, and go for the ID calculator, there's a little checkbox if you're playing on the console. You would have to check that, because it'll say something like, for every PSO that's older than Blue Burst, check this. Because if you don't, you'll get... The ID you'll get for the name you put in will be different for what you would put in on console version, and you'd get a total wrong ID. Yeah, see, it just leads to items, which is nice. So yeah, like, if you ever want to do that, and, you know, if you've never really knew about the ID thing like I did back on like Dreamcast up to Xbox. I didn't really know about the whole ID drops things, specific things at the time. I was still young, and I didn't really go on to sites like that. The only time I went onto the site for PSO stuff would be bosses and specific item locations for my ID, but I never knew that IDs dropped specific Like, more specific things, like the ID I have drops more swords, I believe it was. Stuff like that. I didn't know about that at the time. And I didn't know your name calculated what ID you got, either, until... I didn't realize that until long later. It wasn't until long later that I realized that when I played Xbox with my friend, and I'd be like, oh, after... I think it was after the console death of PSO that I realized, oh wait, because I remember back on my main character on the Xbox version, he's got a Greeno ID and he's a hunter. So I wasn't getting like all the hunter, a night power, all the hunter stuff that I wanted. But that's fine. So we have a night power. This again this is its base. The plus version, it's +1. Like if it's night power plus, it'll be 6. Night power plus is 7. Minus, so on. You get my point. But now we have a night power. We do be doing more damage than we would normally. So half the time using Resto is not always worth it because you waste so much fluids to recover your TP and stuff like that. And you waste so much your magic just so you can heal. Half the time when I'm fighting a boss, I end up just using mates to heal on the quicks. Especially when I'm a higher level. Resta hardly does shit to you when you're like in the hundreds. Jabarta, upgraded version of Ice. Ice, baby. So, Nano Dragon. Oh, there's the Palshark, the second stages. Alright, so this is a Nano Dragon. He shoots beams. Now, if he kills an enemy, he actually gets buffed. Which is scary. That includes killing you as well. Except you will be dead, and you would have to go back to the city. So you won't be there to see his buff in action, but... oh my god. Phew-wee. But still, you don't want him... you don't want him gaining additional a buff! Ow! Stop that. This is where I gotta heal. Alright, he drops a lot of Trimates usually. It's kind of like the Hildebear from Forest. So this room that I'm in, I consider it like the halfway point. Because it's like a big room. A really big room. And it's like one of the only rooms that I recognize towards like reaching the teleporter to the next area. You'll see a lot of that in certain areas. They always have like this halfway point that I consider it. Just because, I don't know. It's just a big room with a lot of enemies in it. Why else wouldn't I call it that? So these flowers are really annoying. If you don't kill them like I just did, eventually they'll start spinning. They do also have a really weird hitbox, but yeah, they'll start spinning, and if you can't kill them, they will poison your ass if you're close enough. Pan arms. These guys are really annoying. At really low levels, you cannot damage them unless you debuff them, or they split like they just did. Or magic. Magic hurts them too, but they also can cast Gelen and Zalier on you, which is debuffs. They they can also go back to their previous stage, and you don't want that. They're just a waste of time. And that's a weapon that you can find off them when they're. I think you get it from when they're combined off specific IDs. It's called the Pan Arms weapon, and it makes a dagger. But yeah, they're a pain in the ass. And once you're high enough level, though, like if I were here at my 30s, I'd be doing some damage to them, but not much, because that's how crazy the defenses are. Unless you debuff them, put debuffs on them. It's really annoying, though. It's just annoying. Grass Assassins, they have an attack that could freeze you in place, and on Ultimate, they literally have an attack that freezes you. Charge attack. And they drop little babies. Little babies. Yeah. So the room is cleared. Alright. Alright. What do we have? What do we have? That's still not every enemy. There's still, I think, one more enemy that we haven't fought yet. Oh, I'm full. Alright. Yeah, I'm fighting a lot of canes. Priest Mind minus again? Actually, I'm gonna take... Because I like to keep the Priest Mind minus for whenever I need magic. To use magic, because it'll help you towards this as well. So I'm gonna take those as well. Alright, so time to head back to the city. Whee! I love doing this. Alright, so yeah, time to sell. Oh, did I deposit any money? Yes, I did. Deposit, Jabarta, take... No, I cannot. Alright. I also gotta level up my mag. Let's give it a dye fluid. Why it's not decreasing my power, I don't know. Should. Saber, dagger, handgun I'm keeping. Alright, so these question mark weapons, they sell for a lot of money, but you have to tech them first, otherwise you'll get nothing. It costs 100 to tech, and it tells you what kind of weapon it is. It'll have a elemental on it or something, which is cool. And this is how rare weapons will be. Like, that's an ice handgun, it has a power to freeze. No. It costs you 100, but you'll make a lot more money to make it worth doing. Like, this is a chance to launch a special fire attack. No. And a question mark cane. So you're gonna start seeing these now. Draw a cane. Draw is... yeah, it steals 5% of enemy HP. There's stuff that steals experience, too, so you can use that if you're big into that, but it's not really worth it. So we're gonna sell these. Let's buy some fluids. Moons are expensive. Alright. Time to go and deposit my money and this priest mind. I just made sure I fed my mag all the way. I sometimes forget. Sometimes I'll go long stretches without feeding my mag, and that's not something you want to really do a lot. If you can't pick up a monomate or a healing item, and you're damaged, use it and pick it up. 'Cause, you know, it's just a good way to heal and a good way to get that item back. Wait, there was no way to go in that room? Huh. There must be a switch that opens it. How much more to... oh, I got a lot to level up. A lot till I level up. Oh, teleporters. They teleport you to different parts of the map. Ah. I think that'll probably lead me up there. Either that or lead me back to where I just was. Trap vision sees traps. I like to just use those whenever I accidentally grab one. There's no traps in this room for me to test that, but whatever. Not that I care. This guy's trying to freeze me in place. No, thank you. It's really kind of annoying when you're ambushed. Oh, I am poisoned. I don't have... do I have anti, right? I don't know if I have anti. Anti up. So poison, it can't kill you, but it can get you killed. So if you let poison trickle you down, you will remain alive, but at 1 HP. It's kind of awesome how it just can't kill you. Unlike most games where poison freaking murders you. Looking at you, Dark Souls. Oh god, don't do that to me now. Sorry, my freaking TV black screen thing. Black screen of death that I had back when I first tried to record my Bloodborne Let's Play. Oh, I do have... I don't have anti. Never mind. Alright, Soul Atomizer, that's fine. See, this is where Shifted to Band buff would be handy if I could use it, but I can't. And I don't really want to use up all my healing items because I want to save that for the boss. God, I hate these guys. Ugh. Come here. Kill one and they can no longer combine. Get wrecked, fool. Get wrecked, fool. Get wrecked, fool. Ha. Ooh, armor. It's not even that much better. It has some better. It has one better evasion point. Yeah, see, that's what I like to decide whether or not armor's worth to equip. As long as it has better defenses, I'm fine. But if it has better evasion by 1 or 2 points and lowers my defenses by 3 or 4, not worth it. I would like it if I find armor that increases everything, but beggars can't be choices. Beggars can't be choices. Yeah, it leads me back to where... Oh, no, it doesn't. It leads me... It probably will now. Priest Mind Minus again? Oh, I have 3 of those already. So I have to hit the other side of that switch. But now I am... Yep. Right above where I just was. Indeed. Oh, there's a Nano Dragon. Gotta be careful! Hey. Oi! Heal. Tackle this dragon. So I may actually just make this 3 parts. Sadly, but we'll see. Because these caves are going to take a long time. Especially with this thing. So what I like to do with this thing when it's being retarded is just... Ow! Cap it in its butt. In the butt. Because this way you can actually shoot it. And you can stun lock it. Like I did. You just keep it in position. You can even keep it in the air and just stun lock it permanently to death. Which is great. But if you're strong enough or have good timing, you can actually stun lock him till your combo ends and then he'll fly away. And then maybe get 1 shot off on him then. But with the gun, you can stun lock him constantly. The combos are nothing like in PSO2 where you could just constantly swing. Or shoot for that matter. Because in my PSO2, when I do the Let's Play on that, I might eventually like switch through different classes. And just do like separate little like things on them where I just go through the full exploration areas with different classes. And level them up as well. So, like I said, PSO and PSO2 are going to be long series. He's not making me invincible anymore. He's just giving me Photon Blast. I'm going to show that off when there's more enemies in the room. Or whatever, you know. Because it's not worth using on 1 enemy. And it doesn't even do that much. And it's, to be honest, PSO2's Photon Blast is just so much better. Oops, not the quest board. That's for when you have active quests. What does this lead me to? Like I said, the rooms are random. They change over time. That could have been an item room. That's an enemy located room. What leads me to probably a room with items. It changes. Even though the layout of the areas are the same, it's just the rooms that you go into will be different. If that makes sense. Ow. I'm missing so much. Stop. Die. Alright, so that leads me back to the room I didn't go into. So I had to unlock it from the other end, which is great. I was trying to bait him into swinging so I could dodge. Or just ring around the rosy him, like a Del Saber. Yes! Level 8! So I'm gonna get this area on the map just so I know I don't have to go to it. Doo-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee. Aye. Oi! Yeah. There's really no way to increase your attack speed except with a specific slot known as Devil Battle, or God Battle, which is even better than Devil Battle. That's the other side of that room. So now we gotta go... Let's go this way first, because that's the right way, I'm assuming. That's usually the area right there is where I go for when I warp to the next caves. It's usually how it is, but I want to show off every room. Make this as great as possible, and get as much experience and items as possible. This is how you make your experience. You gotta do this if you want to get as much experience as possible. I mean, I already grew 2 levels here. And 1 level was already gonna happen. I was like 6 points away. Or whatever. The boss nearly grew me, so, I mean, if you want to count that as gaining enough experience to level, I just didn't have that much to do. I mean, I'm almost ready to tackle the boss and actually not get wrecked. I probably actually can beat him. I know his attacks. I know every boss's attacks. The only one I'm worried about is the final boss. The 2 final bosses on episode 1 and 2. Even though I know one of their attacks because I fight them so much. The other one on episode 2, not so much. I don't often play episode 2 for the fact that I never beat that boss by myself. I've always beaten it with co-op. Because he's got one fucking attack that just murders you. He's actually got 2 type of attacks that murder you. One that's pretty much an insta-kill, and then one where he takes your freaking body, or soul, or whatever. And, whenever you attack him with specific attacks, it hurts you. There's one type of attack that you gotta do on him that'll hurt him. But knowing what it is... Oh, see? Layout change. That normally is always over here for me, but not this time. So I'm gonna feed my mag. Feed the mag. Level up that dex. That dex. She wants that D. That D, though. So I really don't know what this room's gonna hold me. But I might as well do it. It's not like it's a long trip back. It's just boring without any enemies to kill. But hey, we get items. And... nearly blown up. Oh, okay. So I'm looking for an upgrade to this saber. I don't know when I'm gonna find it, though. Pathetic. Yep. See, now that was basically just useless. Well, whatever, I got free items. And a quick way back. Yay! Quick way back. And this looks like it's going to be 30 minutes in length. Perfect. It's pretty much about the new time I like to record till, instead of my other series. Well, it depends on what I'm playing. If it's stuff like Dark Souls, I'm going to play for like an hour. I'm not going to do 10-minute videos, but like... if it's longer series like that, or bigger games like that, then I'm going to be doing an hour long. I could do 30 minutes on those, but they all turn out to be hour long. So let's go to Caves 2. But with PSO and stuff like that, I want to do 30 or 20, 30-minute videos on some of those, just because I don't know, I just don't want them ridiculously long, hour-long videos. And, you know, it's just, people don't really always have the time to watch them. So guys, that's going to be the first part of PSO Episode 1 and 2 Caves. Stay tuned for Caves 2, and we're going to be looking for that switch, and then head on to Caves 3, where we'll record that part, and then the boss. Which will be... it won't be 4 parts. I don't plan on making it 4 parts. I plan on making Caves 3 and the boss one separate, so we'll see. But if you enjoyed this part, leave a like, comment, subscribe. As always, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next episode of PSO. Peace.